We have all these different reliefs. We have here an order. These are steps. I said the steps means the path from our world to the upper world. So we have a logical order. We have a hierarchy, starting with the butlers, vanquished and victorious warriors. Then we have the priest, and then we start with the sacred images, finishing on top with the god of the mountains, principal deity. So we have this order, right? The axis, the original axis, is a ramp on one side. The ramp that you can see right there, connecting with a second ramp to the entrance. That would be approximately there, not here. This is the whole of Luires. So we are going to see the steps briefly, one by one. Okay. First of all, we have the vanquished and victorious warriors. Winners with the club and clothes of the vanquished ones that are naked with the rope around the neck. So we have them in groups of 10, interlock. We have 10 winner warriors, we have the vanquished ones, winners, losers, winners, all along this big yard. What's the longest relief of the mountain? Then we have the second step. We have priests holding hands, part of a dancing, possibly receiving the marching of the warriors. Then we start with the sacred images. Here we have these spiders. Two spiders sharing the abdomen, sharing the fourth leg also. One head seen from above and the other seen from the profile. In the one from the profile, in many of them you can see better the human face. Right? Each one is different to the others. Holding human head in one hand and knife in the other. In representation of sacrifice. So all is believed that this could be the representation of the tiger spider, the one that was in Chan Chan, right? Because of the shape, the X shape. Fourth, we have this fisher god, also known as the sea twin, sea demon, with blue background representing the sea, guards and fangs of a feline, fish in a hook, the other in the back. Fifth, a mythical hybrid being, half feline, half reptile, holding the human head as a symbol of sacrifice. So till the fifth is kind of well preserved. 6 and 7, we have more damage. And we have below the pole the relief of the lizard with no color, only relief. Hard to see it. And we have this god of the mountains over the serpent in with white background, so destroyed. Right? But if you want to see how this place would look like before the excavations, we have a picture here. It doesn't look at all like what we have right now. It's a mound of dirt. That's all. So now we can see all of this. By the way, the relief that is so destroyed on the top of the fifth, this one, you are going to see it in a better state, but as a part of the fourth temple. Apparently in the fourth temple they made the same design, but we can see it here. We have the stingrays, right? Lizards. We have a lobster here, we have the pumas, a bat, a frog, scorpion, coral serpent. So big variety of animals. Human beings, we have the fishermen with the reed boats, right? With the nets for fishing, with the stones for the wave and the squash, or well, the gourd for the floating devices, and also with these hooks. Dividing these in 3 worlds. Representations of priest with the goblet full of blood up there. We have the Lord on top. Crown, so in Spanish like crown, right? Curiously, with a shield and a club. But and the north coast of Peru should have a tropical climate. We are close to the equator, right? Inner spaces would be the 7 colors of the rainbow, finishing in the 2 heads, and this it was called a dragon. It is not a dragon, actually. this symbol, the two-headed serpent, comes from earlier cultures representing the Milky Way in the past. But in the case of Chimu, it's not representing that, it's representing rainbow. It's representing a rain, water. So because of these reliefs that also we are going to see.
This Huaca, or temple, was 100 after death of Christ. It was built approximately. It's Chimu culture, and this is, in particular, is called the Dragon Temple or the Rainbow Temple, based on these rainbow, what the Europeans thought were a rainbow.
We can see the relief in here. We have the rainbow occupying most of the space of the square, finishing in two heads as a dragon. This dragon is like folding, like biting two personages. Right? Personages using a headdress in a triangular shape, using ear flaps also. Ear flaps are related with elite people, so they are high class. And also holding these devices in hands. These devices with the spikes that are understood like a representation of the plant of the corn, being this representation of falling rain into the fields. Between the top and here we have an intermediate level, right? And that's part of the second function of this place. The first function was the ritual ceremony for fertility, right? Happening in the top. But there was another one. This place is apart from the center of Xinjiang, so low class used to live in the surroundings. Here, in order to be given to people as payment for job. They didn't pay in coins, they didn't have coins. They pay in products. So surrounding the main platform, in here we have 14 boxes or warehouses surrounding the platform where these different products were saved. For saving this product for this short time before being distributed in the people nearby. So that's also the reason why we have this big wall with only one axis.
This is called the Emerald Temple because when the Spanish raided it, that's what they got, emeralds.
We are going to see a lot of rumbling in the walls of Xinjiang, but in here is inside the other, and between those two we have the fish, representation of the sea. Right? Let's see. In here you can see it better. Alright? There's another symbol that you can see here and you will see in other places of Xinjiang, is this. This is what we call the Andes cross. Somebody with four sides, many times called the Inca cross. But well, that cross is not actually Inca. It's not Chimu either. It's a symbol that is generalized in different cultures of the Andes, of Peru.
10th century.
Until 18th, in the 15th, 2 centuries later. So there's something that is so clear that Chimu are descendants of Moche, and they have preserved many of their practices in architecture.
This is the inner temple,
pottery, methods.
and the outer is Chimu.
The facade, we have one more time the net.
The part of the temple that I'm standing on was looted. This is where they found emeralds and how it got its name. They filled it in with gravel, but it used to be a bunch of holes up here, and the laws changed after the Lord of Sipan, which we saw in Chiclayo. Now these buildings are protected with walls and guards and even structures to help prevent erosion. That's what's on top of this. So the Peru people have had the money now and the wherewithal to begin to develop and protect their heritage. So there's 9 Chimu palaces here that are one generation after the next. And this, we're going to just visit one palace, but this entire area that we're in is ruins that were a flourishing society up until the Incas got here in 1470, which is only about 70 years or 60 years before the Spanish showed up.
So during the day, the palace was full of life. People people getting in and out, priests, traders, commoners. But during the night, only lord and family, well, guards, servants.
There were 9 of these palaces built. They were 9 meters, the walls are 9 meters tall and 6 meters wide in a pyramid sort of shape. And they were all built over about a 900-year period. It's Chimu culture.
Of taxes, we have this sunken spring, ceremonial pit, area for living, lord and family, and we have the funerary enclosure. So
Sky, this part of the wall represents sky, and then here's ocean, and then here's some kind of animal. They think it was a sea animal of some kind. They don't know what, because they were a sea worshipping people and eating people, in addition to agriculture. This being a fishing community, they presume these are nets. This pattern is nets. Everything has to do with the ocean here.
So we are going to go to the other side of the audience's rooms. We're going to see similar rooms with different designs in the lower part.
These are presumed to be where people paid their taxes. And the animals at the base of each room is different. And they think that was to let people know, depending on which group they're from, fishermen, agricultural, where to go pay their taxes.
But you know how this place was found at the beginning of the archaeological work? Like what you have right behind you.
Wow.
So look like all of this around would look like that.
It's completely buried.
Yes, like a small hill of mud. That's all. Because with the rain.
Just give you a size of the outer wall here. These are inner corridors between areas, and you can see how big the outer wall is.
So we are now in an area so different to the rest, right? We have water, we have plants. This is what we call in our Mushik language a huachaque. Huachaque is a spring. Then, for avoiding a second rebellion, Inca did what they used to do, a clever action. They sent population of Chan Chan to different areas of Inca Empire. If they were spread, they could not organize for rebellion. So we have other provincial centers of Chimu that became provincial centers of Inca, but not Chan Chan.
Under that roof there is burial grounds for the Lord, buried, and the center was looted, but on the outside there were 300 women buried, so they think it was concubines. It's a little surfing town on the beach, just a little ways outside of Trujillo. And they have these reed handmade fisherman boats that we saw outside Chiclayo. Except here, fishermen don't use them anymore. They're just for tourists. Whereas the little village we saw outside Chiclayo actually still uses them for fishing. This is the Sun Temple. You can see the bricks they used to make it. These bricks were made by over 100 families. They had marks on them so you could tell which family or social group made the brick. half of the temple is gone. The Spanish redirected an entire river to wash away half the temple.
A better face of the Sun Temple is one of the biggest pyramids in South America, made completely with adobe bricks. 140 million adobe bricks in its construction.
Wow.
It's a really huge place. And this would have been the political center of the city of Moshe. Common in a center of government of Moshe. So the temple at some point was going to die. The death of a temple, the cycle of a temple, would go from 100 to 150 years. We don't know what defined the end of a temple. They knew.
When the temple died, meaning the sacrifices no longer produced the weather they wanted, they would build a new temple on top of it. Here we have a older temple, and here's the newer one.
We are here. We have other area that nowadays is called the Hall of the Oracles, area for payment of taxes, for storages. This is the west wall. So all of this was an empty space, a big yard. We're stepping into the filling of the fourth temple right now.
We're standing on the Moon Temple here, looking over across to the Sun Temple, and that city in between is where the town was, and they've done excavations there. A lot of wealthy people live there, and they've found a lot of valuables also there.